Alright, so look, I'm making the extractor, and I'm using an air hose blowgun nozzle. This is going to be the water trigger on off. This is a 3/8 inch air hose. It's all stuff I got from Harbor Freight. I'm going to list everything in there, but I want to show you the difference. This is a 2.5 orifice 40-degree tip. It's a 2.5. This is actually 2.0. It's smaller. And can you see the good angle? Can you see how wide it is?
Mm-hmm.
This is too narrow for a 40-degree. And that's a 2.5 orifice, so it should flow more water than this one. This is the garden hose. There's no pump or anything right now. I'm just using off garden hose. This is a 2.0, and look how much more of a fan that is. You can see the difference, right? This is actually pretty good. This is what I'm going to use for the extractor, and it's going to basically cover the majority of that nozzle and get even distribution of water right across. Alright, so this extractor nozzle I got on Amazon, 65 bucks. What I don't like about it, this trigger, the valve, this is like very flimsy. You can see if I push in, it's starting to bend steel. Stainless steel. I got one that has a little sight window because it's definitely important for you to see what's coming out of the carpet so you know when it's clean. I just put air hose quick connects on here so I could do this quick. The thing I do like about it, the spray pattern is very fine and very wide. That kind of shows you how much water. This is just coming off a garden hose. So you can see it's pretty wide, it's fanned out nicely, but it doesn't really have much pressure to get into the carpet and kind of dislodge the stuff. So this is the one I made. I got to cut the ratchet straps off still, the zip ties, but you can see pretty close to the same. I use clear pipe in the middle. I like to see what's going on. Got a clear head, everything. Amazon, Home Depot, Harbor Freight. Oh, shit, I'm choking myself. All right, there we go. Now mine's got way more pressure. The 40-degree pressure washer nozzle like I was showing you guys before. So I'm gonna hook this up and try it out. So basically I started doing this at like 7 o'clock. This is like 3 hours of trial and error, mainly because I made a mistake and tried to use a 1/4 inch diameter hose for the entire extractor assembly. And the reason I did this was because I wanted to look professional. This right here, this is one I got on Amazon. I think it was about $60. It's a stainless steel. It's got the trigger, the valve right here. I showed it in a video before, so this is pretty good. This is the professional version. This was my mock-up, which works better, and I was able to get a clear piece of pipe from Home Depot. I'm going to link everything in the description, and I just got to trim off these zip ties. These are amazing zip ties, by the way. Grip lock zip ties. Bob from Chemex recommended these when I was brainstorming with him, and these are amazing. They have rubber on the inside, so this orange right here is rubber, and it grips onto anything, and they're reusable. You can take them off and do them as many times as you want, so definitely helped with this project. This is a Merlin air nozzle from Harbor Freight. Still water in here. This is a Merlin blower nozzle. So it's got a 1/4 inch inlet for the air, or in this case water. I just used the air quick connect on here. The front part of it, which I can use to show you another one, I got 2 of these, is an 1/8 inch. The female threads on the inside of this hole where the air is going to come out, this is an 1/8 inch. Alright? You unscrew the little rubber tip that it comes with. I went on Amazon. I ended up spending about 50 bucks on all different fittings, 1/8 inch, 1/8 to 1/4. You know, trying to do it. This is how I originally envisioned this going, was to basically have this screwed on with a 45-degree here, and then I wanted to get this to be underneath and work. And I know I could extend this and put a copper tube or anything. I have every single thing here to try this. I tried 3 different variations. It does not work because at the end of the day, the nozzle is too close to the end of the extractor nozzle. The pressure washer tip is too close to the end of this to get the fan effect that you need. This is how it was sitting. It just was not working right. A 40-degree nozzle definitely works the best for this. And as you can see, it was trial and error, but I'm trying to make this simple for someone. there's guys that had a business selling this. There's a company that produced basically this exact thing. I think they sold it for about $300. It was this, the vacuum hose. It was this, the vacuum hose, and the water connection that you hook up to your water heater or the outside hose spigot on the house. For that same price, cheaper than that, you can get the vacuum at Home Depot with the car, with the auto detail kit that comes with another hose. All the clamps, these are basically, they're called 1 1/4. Right here, I got extras for everything. 1 1/4 times 1 1/4 plumb quick. It's a coupling for plumbing. 1 1/4, it works perfect. This PVC right here, or whatever this is Everbuilt 2-foot clear vinyl, the length. It's 1 5/8 outside diameter by 1 1/4 inside diameter. And I like to be able to see everything that's coming out. So that basically makes my handle up. And then you're gonna put the vacuum hose right in here and use the other hose clamp. And you could do it, quick connect here, so I could store this separately, and it's easy to do. So now we're gonna end this, and I'm gonna show you a video of it working. Okay, this is the vacuum I'm using. Do we still have the box from last year, from the other vacuum, or did we burn that?
What vacuum?
Remember I had all the boxes from the vacuums I bought and returned to Home Depot?
No, this is dead. No, we got rid of them all.
Alright, but basically this is the newer version. It's this NXT. It's a 14-gallon, 6 horsepower from Home Depot. Peak horsepower. Someone's gonna say something, so yeah, it's not really 6 horsepower, but it's a beast. And $99. It came out to $107 after taxes, shipped to my apartment. It came with the orange hose that you see there. Came with all these attachments. This is the auto detailing kit. This is my favorite crevice tool, by the way, because it has flexibility to it. And you got the standard 2.5-inch black hose. It's just a great vacuum. If you need a vacuum cleaner, I highly recommend this one. Ridgid does not sponsor me. This is just a great vacuum cleaner. I have 3 Ridgid vacuums, and this is the biggest one I got now. Beast. Hit that one on.
You're good? Yep.
All right, so look, I don't have any of my power tools. I don't have my drill brush. I'm using a little stiff bristle brush. It's kind of worn down. All-purpose cleaners, Gliptone Emerald cleaner, I think. I use the Ultra cleaner a lot, but this is the car mat from my Dodge Ram, and I have the plastic ones, whatever they're called, the ones that protect these car mats. But I'm too lazy, and I have them in there. I have them in the bed. The drill brush would make this a 2-second deal. I'm just trying to loosen this crap up. Should be good enough. We're going to try out this extractor for the first time. Clean that guy from once and ahead. This is cool because if you want to, you can just spray it down a little bit. how good this vacuum is. The beast. This is very good, I'll tell you that. Oh, the vacuum is actually sucking the mist in. That's why it's not coming down. That's how strong the vacuum is. Look sideways. You see what it's doing? So if you want to get a little more water in there, clean that got from 1 to 10. This is cool because if you want to, you could just spray it down a little bit.
You can see the dirt going there.
Look how dry it is. There's no water coming out. That's how good this vacuum is. The beast. This is very good, I'll tell you that. Oh, the vacuum is actually sucking the mist in. That's why it's not coming down. That's how strong the vacuum is. Look sideways. You see what it's doing? So if you want to get a little more water in there,
I like the clear, you can see everything.
working nice. This is cold water. See the dirt come out? Actually not hard to hold at all.
Pete, turn the rug around.
This one?
All the way. Now you go in the opposite direction. Now it'll suck up anything else that you
okay. What's up, guys? I'm going to do a quick little voiceover explaining what's going on. At this point, I'm not using any more water. I'm just trying to extract as much remaining water that's in the carpet as possible. This is what you would do if you're doing this on a customer's car also. You want to give it back as dry as possible. If you can't get all of it out, you want to put some fans in the car, air movers, whatever you have, leave the windows cracked, let it dry out. This will definitely be dry by the morning, probably 8 hours. Not even, there was barely any moisture left in this rug, in this floor mat, excuse me. But this is great. This vacuum cleaner is the strongest Ridgid I've used. And last year I went on this frenzy of buying every vacuum cleaner at Home Depot. I had the 6.5 peak horsepower stainless steel one. I had the one that looks like a tool cart. It has like it looks like a toolbox on wheels. It was the strongest one that they had based on the CFM ratings. Didn't compare to this. This is made really well. The latches connect the motor and the tub together super securely. There's no air leaking out. It's an animal for $99, and it comes with the orange hose and the car kit included. You can't beat this. $107. I can't say enough good things about this vacuum. I explain in detail how I made this carpet extractor attachment. I'm not a pioneer on this by any means. There's companies that were making this for a while, and I have a $2,000 steamer that I didn't do a review on in this video. I've had it for 2 years. It has an attachment that allows you to connect a wet dry vacuum to the steamer, that doesn't work nearly as good as this. This is a beast. Just the garden hose pressure alone, I feel, is sufficient based on, I have a little Bissell spot clean. I have the $2,000 steamer with the carpet extraction and hot water injection. This has more pressure, it has more volume. I'm gonna keep playing around with 40-degree nozzles and the orifice sizes and find the right one that gets the fan the exact width of this tool. That's the only thing I could work on to make it any better. As you can see right here, my intentions were to use brass fittings and make this thing look super professional, but the way that it had to bend and the space that I had in between this trigger right here and the clear vacuum nozzle wasn't enough for me to do it the way I wanted to. I tried the copper pipe, it didn't work. It's this area right here where this fitting is. There's not enough room to have a quick connect in there. You need that fitting as far back from the end of that nozzle as possible to allow the water to fan out. You want that water to fan out and cover the whole area of that nozzle. You know, right now it's covering, I would say 60%. About, I don't know, a ½ inch on each side of that nozzle doesn't get the water on it. So I spray the carpet first. Once I iron that out, this will be perfect. You can't beat it. The suction on that vacuum is way more than you're going to get on a carpet extractor, a professional one. You want to spend $2,000 on a mighty carpet extractor when you can make your own? You could buy all this stuff. I'll add this up and I'll tell you next how much you could buy everything for and make it, including the vacuum. All right, now a couple other things I'll touch on real quick. The hose clamps, or the coupling, the 1 1/4 coupling on each side, it has the 2 metal band clamps that hold it, to attach it to whatever you're trying to connect. The edges of the stainless steel clamps are a little sharp. So I didn't go in and get it, but I know I had a bike inner tube somewhere. I think that would be the perfect sleeve to cover up where those rubber couplings with the stainless steel are. Just because, you know, anybody can make a mistake. God forbid you're working on the carpet in between the door sill and the seat, and maybe end up scraping the door jamb with the metal. You know, if you look at some of the professional ones, they have some sort of sleeve that kind of covers this area up. So that's the only thing I'd recommend. You take your own step, a precautionary measure, and just kind of cover up any sharp areas. The zip ties aren't that bad. They're rubber. I just clipped the ends so they're not little points, and it works perfect. I hope you guys learned something and enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below. And like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.